Morning. Right, let's get everything set up for you. Have a look, see how we're doing. Okay, so let's just bring this one forward a little bit. See if that works okay. It's quite a big project, so it's difficult to get everything in here. Yep, that's better. That'll do. Okay, let's get myself sat down. Ooh, it's a hot one today. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Donna. Right, just going to share this to the group. Okay. Technique Tuesday live now. There we go. Right, that's that shared. Okay. So we are going to get a little bit warm in here today. We've had to shut our windows because they're doing road works at the end of the road and it's getting a little bit noisy. Good morning, Andreen. Oh, thank you, Donna. Good morning, Yvonne. Now, I have got a lot of this prepped. Good morning, Julie. Because the actual construction side of it is probably the most important part, I guess. It's a pretty easy object. I mean, it just depending on what you want to put on it, really. Yeah, it is going to be baking. Oh, thank you, Donna. Yeah, so once you've got your old vinyl album, you can probably see from, I mean, it's well and truly loved, this. It's scratched and what have you, so there's no way in the world that anybody will be playing this, and it's definitely not worth anything either. It was an old compilation album from the 1970s, I think. What I will say is the older the vinyl, the better, because it's thicker, and it will stand up to more. And before we go anywhere, whatever you do, do not heat the vinyl. So do not directly heat emboss, and do not directly use hot glue or anything like that on it, because it will warp. Just to the nature of the material. So I shall have a run through what I'm using. Obviously, you can use whatever you like. You don't have to do Christmas. You can do whatever you feel like. Brian's going to get his cloth. Just thought I'd like to let you all know that. We'll see a load of charity shops and that have the records and that now. But as long as it's you know, not going to be worth anything. Yeah, we've got the sun's the opposite side of the house at the moment, Yvonne, and all the windows and the curtains are shut and everything, just to help keep the heat from coming in, and then we'll change it later on. Okay, so yeah, so we've got our old vinyl record. You will also need a ruined, I've put on the instructions, paintbrush. These were Brian's, both of these, and he left them in whatever he was using for too long, so they'd set and weren't good for anything really. Okay, so we got those. You'll need a selection of papers and cards. Thank you, Julie. So whatever colours you're going for, but I have gone for red, green. You got some gold. It does help, doesn't it? Some craft card, some watercolour card, just to do a little bit of stamping onto, because it matches in with the tone. A bright white card wouldn't really go. And some music paper, because that ties in nicely. I used Versafine Clair Nocturne for all the stamping, some gold embossing powder and a heat tool, just on, I actually use that on anyway. I've got it on the list, but I don't think I actually used it. That's silly, isn't it? Anyway, forget that. Oh no, I did, didn't I? Oh, see, heat's getting to me. I stamped out the Christmas in the alphabet tiles here in the gold embossing, straight onto the red card. Thank you, Andrine. You'll also need your stamp press, die cutting machine. I used alcohol markers to colour the tree in, and I used some really subtle colouring on all the florals and leaves as well. You can hardly see it, but it is there and you do notice it. Gold paint pen and gold gel pen. You'll need some gold stencil paste just to get this decorative border going down the centre there. I used this one from Pentart, gold stencil paste. It's beautiful. I will show you how that applies on a bit of paper in a moment. These really lovely to work with. Some white gesso to do my splats, which I got covered in. Some multi-purpose glue, the glue that I always use, and super glue to pop the brush on with. As I said, do not use hot glue because that will warp the vinyl. You'll need some flower shaping tools. This one I used foam and a ball tool, but the ones we're going to do today, I'm going to do it like we usually do with a pokey tool and bending them and that, just to see the difference. Scissors, obviously. Product wise, we use Julie's Handpicked Florals Stamp and Die Set, the Medley of Leaves Stamp and Die Set, Beautiful Blooms Die Set, Sentiment Banners Die Set. We've got Hazel's Christmas Sentiment Medley 3, the Christmas one. We've got the Happy Profile Word Die, because I love putting the large and small fonts together. The Circle Dinky Die Set to get our middle.
Say that again.
Circle Dinky Die Set.
Yeah.
Numbers and Tags Die Set. Hazel's Number Medley Die Set. The Backgrounds 3 Stencil for our decorative edge. Julie's Letters and Numbers Tiles Stamp Set. The Christmas Sentiment Banners Stamp Set. Christmas Postage and More Stamp Set. And some glitter dots to finish. So, I used quite a lot. But you want to fill your space really nicely. Okay, so as I said, I've got most of it prepped, and we are going to go through the construction. So if I just roughly go through the process of how I got to this stage. You'll want to give your vinyl a bit of a clean first, just because, especially if you pick it up somewhere, you know, a car boot or charity shop or something, you want a nice clean surface to work on. So I just got a water wipe and wiped it over, dried it off, and what have you. Okay, so the first thing we do, let's move that one out of the way. Go in there, put the water there. So obviously I've already got one prepped because we will need this to dry. So the first thing I did was to apply the stencil all the way down just to the left of the middle of the record itself. So coming in, popping on, give this a good clean, come back down and another section there, then let that dry completely. Okay, but I'll just show you this on a bit of card because it's lovely. Let's have a look. Let's go get a card here, and then I can use this for something else. I love using pastes through stencils. It gives such a lovely effect. It's lovely creamy consistency. Just going to get my spatula in. Get a bit on here.
Less is more. Okay.
Yeah. Start moving that over. Pick some more up. Just like you're buttering toast. Hi, Jeanette.
Good day.
Try and keep it going in one direction. Just going for a little sweep, really. If you're worried about going over the edge, if you're doing it on a specific section, you can mask that off. Okay, there we go, and that gives a lovely little border. Let's just get these cleaned up, which is very important. That's all right. This paste does come off really nicely with just water. Thank goodness. A bit on there. Get my lovely cloth. A brand new cloth. Look at the state of it. This is a nice little wipe up. You will always get those bits that stain around the stencil, but they don't do any harm. It's fine. Okay, so do top and bottom because it does seep through a little bit as well. Always give it a really good wipe over and a clean. It's always best to check with whatever pastes you're using anyway, just in case they react differently, but you do need to give them a good clean. Okay, so just bring this up. And once that's dry, you can add other things onto there. I think you're gonna. No, this one, Jeanette, is Pentart stencil paste. It's got a really lovely consistency and a really good selection of colours. It's lovely. There we go. Put that to one side. There we go. Okay, so once that is dried, you could then do your gesso splats. So what I did was I squeezed a little bit of gesso out onto the mat. I did a little bit of water. Got my cheap and cheerful brush from the cheap shop. Just wiggled it around. Went like that everywhere. Got the desk covered, got myself covered. Got everything covered. But that's just me. I expect everyone else is really good when they're splatting. There we go. What was it? I have got a box actually that I got ready to do stuff like that, splats and sprays, but do I use it? No. Okay, so we will do a little bit more of that at the end, but once you've got a decent covering and you're happy with it, leave that to dry. Okay, I also, with the stencil paste, just to tie everything in so it matches, literally just dunked the top of the brush into the stencil paste, pop that into my jar and let that dry. So that was ready. Okay, so next up I die cut using the dinky dies. So you want the largest one with the skinny frame. So I cut the red circle, which is great because these are perfect for going over the middle of a record. They match perfectly. You get plastered. Sounds like fun, Donna. And then from gold, I cut again with the frame. So now I've got a nice gold circle as well that I can use for another project. So let's get these glued on. So I'm just using the glue that I use all day, every day. How cute, Jeanette. We're all wrong way really with this. I do love repeat stamping and making patterns. I started in the middle with the stamping and then just worked my way around the edge, and then you can fill in the gaps on the outer just to get that filled up and give you a nice background detail. Make sure this adheres nicely. Get a little bit of glue on here. Has everyone caught up with the Christmas event last week? So many gorgeous ideas from everyone. Just going to line that up all around the edge. Good evening, Wendy.
Wendy's late. She's got detention.
That's fine. No.
She's got detention.
Nobody gets detention here.
Yeah, she's late.
It was a fab week, wasn't it? Picked up so many ideas. Okay, so I'm just going to butt that right up to the red circle. Make sure that sticks. As you can see, this glue is sticking everything fine. Definitely not detention, no, don't worry. There's no detention here. Now, what I did do was I did double and even triple up on some of the elements this time. On the first one, I did them mostly flat. So I thought it'd be quite nice to give things a bit more dimension with this one. Good morning, Jill. Okay, so I used the tags from the Numbers and Tags set. And I cut them from craft as well because that gives you a really nice sturdy base. So I think it was 2 craft layers and a music sheet. And then I've doubled up again with the craft and the gold, the background. Again, just white and the red onto there. So let's glue these in.
Jill wants to take detention.
I suppose crafty detention would be quite fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, let's settle on a moment. So we're going on to a slippy surface. Doesn't take long to grab. I love that red on the gold. It looks gorgeous. When I was looking into this, a lot of people use old records for like scrapbooking. Scrapbooking ideas. Have them as a, like, you know, a surface for a nice memory, or, you know, holiday or an occasion or something. Crafty detention.
Yeah, so it's just a
Okay, do the same with the 5. Obviously, this will be a good idea for personalising it for whatever you want to do it for. Just thought it would be nice to carry on the Christmas theme. Move that down a bit. There we go. Stuck on there. There we go.
just cooking.
Yeah.
Right, okay, I think we can open this window up there.
Oh, please. Let's just bring these up together so we know that we've got them lined up pretty much where they should be. Get that stuck. It's got a bit sticky on there that's going to annoy me. Oh joy, now we've got a fly.
Yeah. Got a fly now.
They've got as much right to be here as anyone, haven't they?
You also did some crafting.
So it's always a good idea. Just pop this roughly where you think it's gonna go. Let's get these as straight as possible. There we go, like so. And we're going to want to pop in some of the banners now. These ones I've just kept to the one layer. So I've die cut a craft, a green and a gold. And I've used the text, the little text stamp, just to go all the way down. You can do a whole batch of these. Just be mindful, if you're going to use the text on all of them, which way the banner's going to go, because obviously that will make a difference. You'd have to do it the other way, obviously, if you want it to go that way. Okay, just waiting for the feed to catch up as usual. That's it. Yeah, completely off. Okay. So move these into here. And have that one about there. I want all of that one. Put this one over here so it's a bit different. We can trim these if you like. And that's going to pop under there. Make them at different levels. That always looks nice. That one I managed to splat when I was getting it ready. Oh, they're brilliant to work on, aren't they, Joe? Thank you so much, Lorraine. Under there. Once you're happy with where it's going to be, roughly, you can stick these in. Again, just the ordinary glue.
Mine was squeaking.
Yeah, Brian's squeaking again. That's that. Yes, this is true. Yeah, if you get them from your charity shops, because they seem to have got tons of them in there now, then you know it's, you know, going to a good cause. Not that they charge huge amounts for them, but
They don't, do they?
Please space that one. Just want to place that so we can still see a little bit of the tails from the middle one. That's quite nice. Put that in place. Now you can see why I got a lot of it prepped, because there's a lot of holding down. Can go a little bit higher. There we go. Put this one up. So, there we got those in place. Okay, so now we'll bring our season's greetings in. You can use whichever one you like, of course. So I've doubled up on a gold layer and just got one stamped directly onto the green paper. Save a bit of time. Just going to offset this slightly. And I think this time I'm going to do it the other way around. Let's go that way. Wiggle into place a little bit. Just have to be a bit careful when you're going onto a slippy surface. Just give that chance to take. You spoil his joints. Just offset that onto that side. There we go.
That's the building work outside, not just my knees.
Yeah. They keep digging up bits of our roads in Worthing, but I don't quite know what they're doing.
They don't know what they're doing themselves, people.
Again, just give that chance to bite. if you like. We can bring in our lovely words. Pop them down first so we're happy with them. They look gorgeous in this card. Yep, like that. Pop some glue on the back of here.
Joe will be happy to know I'm jelly plating while I'm watching them.
He is. Joe, you should see the amount of prints that Brian's got. I'm done with my tweezers. Oh,
Welcome to a good home if anyone wants them.
tweezers have vanished. Where's the tweezers gone? I bet they're falling in the pot. Ah, got them, got them, got them. Phew. Take some of that excess off. There. Again, be quite gentle. Let the word fall where it wants to, because then it keeps its shape. Yeah, he is using his brayer as well. I keep saying he should have a YouTube channel called Brian's Brayer. Little dot of glue there. And the sticky picker upper. The dot of the iron. Get it the right way. That's it. And then we can stick the happy down. That's fine, Julie, no worries. Okay. Bring that in. Braille with Brian. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Just get a bit of paper. Just to make sure we've got all that nice and flat. Oh, Penny. Honestly, I'm converted. I hadn't ever done anything with an album before, but yeah, I'm loving them. So, like Joe, we will be using them a lot, I think. Okay, just keep that there roughly. That's it. So we're happy with that. Right. So next up, we want to place our next tag. So again, I've got 2 layers of craft and then the music paper on top, and I just stamped one of the stag from the new set on top of this. Keep it nice and festive. I used black ink just to tie in with the black vinyl. That overlaps slightly. Press this down. So you just need a little bit more firmer when you're going over the stenciled area, because it's not Not an even surface anymore. Oh no. What is it with crafting? They just vanish, don't they? Into thin air for days, weeks on, and you can't find them, and then they just turn up in the most random of places. Wendy.
Oh. Wendy's saying my brain going as well. No more blowing though.
That's alright. Okay, and then we've got some banners going this way. So I've doubled these ones up, and we've got some of the music paper, some of the red and some of the craft, but this time I've added the little holly stamp into it. Ah, yes. Have they collected it yet, Wendy? And this one will come out from here. So we need to keep this as sturdy as possible. So we're just going to cut these down. Let's lay them across first, and then we can chop some bits off.
Just for Wendy.
Okay, there we go. Just going to come in, cut a bit off again. Oh no! The rubbish collection's been already.
Oh. Oops.
So we can put this right up against it this time. If you're just doing a single layer, it doesn't matter, it can just go straight underneath, but we don't want it to get too bulky. A little bit off of there. I can use all those little tails for something else. I'll have to put something together, won't I, with all the leftover bits. This is true. Jeanette to the rescue. A little bit more of that. I just like them to be different lengths. That's just me. You can have them all the same length if you like. It's your project. So do whatever you would like. You're welcome. There we go. So I did everything in threes. So I've got three little clusters of these red ones. Oh, thank you, Heather. Just obviously die cut them all first and then stamped like we do to make it easier, so you've got the waste to place everything before you stamp. Makes it so much easier. I have gone in, if you can see this, just with a darker red alcohol marker just into the centres, and then finished it with some gold in the centres of each one, just to coordinate everything nicely. Here we go. Okay, so these ones would be slightly more difficult to shape. Just with a pokey tool, so I am going to use a bit of foam and a ball tool just to give them a little bit of dimension. Just wiggle over, just down in the centres, and you've got your instant shape. Oh, don't worry, Heather. No problem at all. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Get some glue on the back. This one's going to go directly underneath here, following the curve of the circle in the middle. There we go. I think we'll be all right now to stick the brush down, because I can tuck everything else in around it. Oh, that's okay. So like I said, I am using super glue because hot glue will warp. Now you need to think about where you're going to place this. If you're going to hang it, it doesn't matter. Obviously to hang it, you can attach some ribbon on the back, and maybe, you know, have another circle to cover that up at the back, or a piece of fabric or foam across there if it's going on against a wall or anything and you want to, you know, secure that nicely just to protect the surface. Or if you want to have it standing up on plate holder or something like that, will be ideal to have this standing somewhere. So because I'm not sure where it's going to go yet, I'm going to go and have it so it's not hanging over the edge of the bottom. So if I do want to have that stood up anywhere, then that's not going to interfere. Okay. I'm just going to come in. Get some glue all the way. And this is a glue gel, super glue. To the bits that aren't glued, so I don't get too covered in it myself. Line that up with the bottom. And that still attacks. And across there as straight as we can. So now we've just got to be a little bit patient and hold that in place. So what I did was I had a little think about which flowers and leaves I wanted to use, and then I die cut all the leaves in some 2 different colours of green paper and some craft. I have backed them onto some white card as well, just to make them a bit more sturdy, so I can shape these ones instead of just using the ball tool. Got some flowers out of some red. I've got a deeper red for the focal flower. Again, I've just added in a little bit of shading with some alcohol marker. Very subtle, but it does make a difference to just going on, you know, stamped and stuck on. I used one of the outline dies from Beautiful Blooms in some gold, which gives it some nice Nice texture as well. Thank you, Mary Ellen. So we're happy that that's taken. I do need to let it completely dry, of course. Once that's in place, we can carry on working around it. Okay, so if we start with our focal flower, I've just got the one. You can do as many as you like. So I've done a craft one first. As I said, the first one that I made, I just shaped with ball tool and the foam mat. But I think this one will be nice. I've cut in between each of the petals, and I think what we're going to do is shape them with the pokey tool just to give it a completely different look. It's lovely making flowers out of craft card because it's got such lovely strength to it. Put a bit of glue in the middle. Okay, just going to have that coming up there. This little petal can come. Bring that down a bit. We don't want to cover up the word. A bit coming over the brush. Same one again in red. This particular flower makes a great poinsettia type shape. And I'm going to go underneath and fold down. In a slightly different position, going to offset that one. Good morning, Vanessa. Thank you. Don't worry, no, always catch up with things, not a problem.
She's in detention as well.
Brian started to have crafty detention, which I think everyone quite likes the sound of. This one we're just gonna gently fold these into the center. They're quite delicate. These are fantastic for finishing off floral projects. In. Okay, then we've got a little one for the centre to finish that off. And I think this time we'll have it coming up. Pokey tool on top, fold upwards. Just gives it a bit of a different look. I think this is a lovely alternative idea for a Christmas wreath.
Yeah, definitely.
Again, offset that. Deliberately naughty, yeah. I think that's what Brian's thinking.
What's up? Everyone's gonna be naughty now.
Yeah,
aren't they?
crafty detention.
Yeah.
Okay, so let that dry off. I've got some nice glitter dots to pop in later. Okay, so I've got 3 of this lovely leaf, which I love. I've done that onto the craft because that seems quite fitting. I thought it'd be quite nice to have sort of like earthy type tones in with this as well to match in with the old music papers. Okay, so again we can come in and give these a little bit of shape and dimension, but they are right underneath, so and that's going to come in and go in there. So let's just chop a bit of this off. This is going to follow round the shape of the circle. So I'll just put a little bit of glue on the base of the backs of the leaves down the centre. And just see how it goes. If you don't want to stick them all down, you don't. Once the glue is dried, it's not going to make any difference. Donna's free for detention tomorrow. Aww. I'm not sure it works like that, Donna. This might be something we have to start.
You're in home detention, Donna.
And then we'll have one coming off of there, I think.
Donna's on house arrest.
House arrest. Poor Donna. You don't have to mind, do you? Okay. Coming out of there, and that ties in nicely with the background flower we've got there as well. Oh yes, definitely Yvonne.
Oh wow, yeah.
Just sit in a darkened room with a cool drink.
Yeah, you must have.
We'll have one coming over there, I think. Yeah.
Even if it dragged you to the beach, it'd still be too hot.
Yeah. Trouble with our beach is there's no shelter, so you have to lug a load of stuff. Doesn't matter if that overhangs a little bit. So we'll wiggle this around, make sure we've got that stuck under there. Iced coffee, ooh, lovely.
No. So.
Oh, cardboard space. Oh.
Oh.
It does have to be done, doesn't it, Vanessa? Bit cooler in Derby. Right, so we're all off to Derby then.
Off to Derby. Put the brew on, Donna.
Okay. So, next leaf. I love this leaf. I seem to put it in every project. So again, we can shape these up a little bit. I did back these onto some white card as well, just to give them some extra oomph. Raining and cold. Oh, can't win, can we, with weather?
No. Raining and cold in Melbourne. We can't complain then, can we?
A little bit on the end, that's it.
Yeah, full sun here as well, you know. My God.
Just take a little bit off of here. This is true. That's a good idea, Donna. Party at Donna's. Oh, is it that bad down there? Oh.
Oh my God. Where's she?
Australia.
Oh, Australia, it's the same with you. Janet's just said it's raining and cold in Melbourne. I'm not complaining then. Yeah,
No.
Yeah, we are.
We're British. That's what we
I'm
do.
British.
Okay, so just trying to keep these as balanced as possible. However you like to do your flowers and leaves, go for it. Everybody's always got such lovely ideas with their work. As I was saying the other day, if you've joined our Crafty Friends group and haven't posted anything, please do.
Yeah, go for a shot.
Such a lovely, warm, safe space. Got to be said, it is a safe space for creativity.
Lovely people in the group.
Okay, so that's looking quite balanced. And then we want one coming down here, but I think we only want a little bit. I think what I did before. Thank you so much, Wendy and Vanessa. Cut that bit off, which of course you can if you just want little bits of leaves. This is the beauty of them. I always think that the leaves complete a project.
Excuse me.
Come in and overlap just a little bit. Thank you, Jeanette. That's fine, Yvonne. I stamped directly onto coloured paper or card, whatever you like, and then I did just use an alcohol marker, just a little bit deeper than the original paper colour, just a little bit of shading, just to bring it out a little bit. Thank you, Mary Ellen. We are getting there. It is, isn't it? So we've got some of these. These are brilliant for filling. Absolutely brilliant. And what I did like is being able to curve it over the paintbrush. So I get this in place. Got a little bit of a curve first before we come in with glue. Oh, you're welcome, Penny. Enjoy the catch-up. Have a nice day. Okay. Just give those a little bit of a shaping as well.
That's Muddy tapping. She's making our cottage pie for dinner.
That's my mum. Doing something with mashed potato.
Muddy, Southern
In this
Muddy's
heat.
like a little mouse. You can hear her, but you can't see her.
We keep telling her to slow down and not do things. Does she listen? No.
She's gone worse since she got 80.
Head and brick wall spring to mind. Okay. Give that a chance. glue to that bit. We don't want anything falling off. Of course, I've just thought, I mean, this is an ideal if you wanted something to hang outside. All you need to do is to put things on it that are, waterproof. You can do the same. Foam and other bits and bobs. Baubles. Carried away now. Put the glue under there. Sticking that takes the time. If we'd have done this from scratch, we could probably be here a week. Okay, so we're going to balance that side with one this side. Let's give this a little bit of a shape. Always hold them at the top because that's probably the bit that you're not going to be putting any glue on. Tuck that right under. Turn that so they're not stretching awkwardly. We could have an online retreat, couldn't we, or something? And then one more to finish our swish. We're swishing round. There we go. Put that in there, and I can put the little flowers in around.
That's it, thanks everybody. Oh, you're inspiration to Donna.
Thank you, Donna.
You enjoyed
Oh,
watching.
thank you. Always wish we could all, see each other.
Big massive party at Donna's.
All craft along.
Hint, hint, Julie.
Okay. So, the last few little bits in.
Yeah, we can get Mark to hire a coach and go and pick everybody up. Up and down the country.
Okay, so I've got some of the lighter red to match with these. The little flower again. Again, I've die cut, stamped, popped a little bit of deeper colour in the centres and then some gold gel pen in the middles. And I stamped the gorgeous Christmas tree onto some watercolour card just purely because it was a better colour, a base colour to match in with the older music paper. Gave that a colour in with alcohol and some gel, sparkly gold gel pen.
Everybody, and I mean everybody, Donna's door's always open.
We don't mind, Yvonne. We don't mind. So let's pop this one in first. You could always build this up with some cardboard. Just goes
That was my nana
straight
every
in.
day of my life. Rollers in and a headscarf.
Pop you in there. That creates quite a nice little, again, with the... Got movement and sound.
Donna's still in there, aren't you?
Mighty. Don't play, it'd be cooler. Mind you, it's cooler with you anyway, isn't it? That's fine. Crafting in your gym jams. Right, let's pop some of these on. Like Beetlejuice.
What's that?
Oh, well, that's what we're trying to do, Heather. Thing is, I mean, we all do it. We see an idea from somewhere or other or somebody, and then we make our own, don't we? So I think that's what it is. And then it just rolls on, doesn't it? Ideas being passed between everybody.
Everybody does that. Don't be afraid to do that. That is being clever.
A few little flowers down here. So that's easier.
No, I bet you don't, Vanessa.
I doubt very much you look like Beetlejuice. I think already we can see the difference between how the flowers look shaped like this and how they do the first way. I will bring them in for comparison, and then later on when this is completely dried I'll take some photos so you can see the difference a bit more clearly. There. Some little dashes of red. Helps to pull the design together. If I'm ever really stuck for ideas when we get new things through and that, always have a look for card sketch ideas.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because you can get so many ideas that you can build on from that. Stripy trousers. Oh well, that does it then, doesn't it? One in there. That's going to keep making me giggle all day now.
What, Vanessa in as Beetlejuice?
Oh, I don't know about that, Yvonne. I'm not sure that there are any original ideas in crafting anymore.
He isn't.
You always think you've come up with something and then you realise that someone's already done it. Oh, thank you, Jeanette. Toilet brush. Hey, blame it on humidity. Okay, so let's pop a few of these in again. Again, there's not really any thought going into how I'm shaping these, just going over the back, pressing down in the middle. Come under there. That going over the banner, ties that in nicely. these on first and then decide. Ah, really? I've had that before with people, Vanessa. Thank you, Donna. One up here, just below the tack. I always do. It's only because I'd already done this, but I did have things left over from the first one. It's always a good idea to have more than what you might actually need, because then you've got choices. Oh, thank you, Vanessa. Thank you, Heather. Got a real thing for the traditional colours this year. One tucked in here as well. I can butt up against the brush. You can still see bits of the gold frame going around. Up, have a look. No, I don't think I need to put those little flowers anywhere else. That's looking fine. I can go with my other bits. Put those away. Oh, thank you, Julie. Right, just clearing the decks before I splatter everything.
Oh.
It's the original, not that really matters. Yeah. Okay, so what I actually did first is, I won't do it this time because you have to wait for it to dry. But on my glass mat, thank you, Andreen, I put a little bit of the stencil paste, with a little sprinkling of water, picked that up with my brush and went over. Now when it's wet and comes out, it looks quite milky. Once you've given that a chance to dry, it has this really lovely iridescent quality about it. I don't know if you can see if we can pick it up on here, but I will do that again. Oh, you're all so welcome, thank you. I'm just waiting for the feed to catch up. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, everyone needs to get ready now, Yvonne. Okay, so I'm just going to come in. I've got a gold, small gold paint pen. Oh, thank you, Julie. Get that going. Got this. I'm just going to come in. This gives us some nice gold splats on top. We could add in some lovely glitter as well. All we're going to do to finish. Oh, brilliant. Just going to put some of these in. Okay, for a big one. There's a big one. Medium. Medium one here. You could pop pop some ribbon onto these first if you like.
Yeah.
And a little one just above the tree.
Julie's learned something new today. She thought she couldn't splatter with the pens.
Ah, yes. Yes. Move that into position. Just above the tree.
I can see
Like a little star.
I can see with Julie
State of
splattering
my map.
everything now.
Everything, even these are splattered, look.
Yeah.
Dear oh dear. And some little ones. And these tags. And we want one for the middle. So a big one in the middle of the flower. Our focal flower. There we go. So we're all covered in gold. And that's today's slightly different version with how we've shaped things. Once this is all dry, I will take some photographs so you can have a closer look later. And of course I will be putting up a PDF in the group. Crafty Friends of Julie Hickey Designs.
I think you've got to send it in a suitcase to Jeanette.
Aww. There we go. And that'll have all the materials and some instructions and things to go with this. So yeah, let's put that one in. And the other one, not that you can see both of them. Of course, they don't. If you wanted to do smaller ones, you could use a 7-inch. There we go.
Undine will be on the case.
Yeah.
So give it a go.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, everybody, so much for your company this morning. And your comments. Really always appreciate your company and your kind words. Brian will be here in a fortnight.
Uh-oh.
The next Technique Tuesday, and I was meant to check before I came on. I'm not sure if we're here. I will check. I will let you all know. But the next Technique Tuesday, we'll be using CDs. So carrying on the theme, but CDs, not vinyl. So that's it for today. Keep an eye out for everything later on when I post some pictures and everything. Yes, you could. If you're really clever, you can drill into vinyl. CDs are a bit more tricky because they're very brittle. But yeah, the vinyl you definitely could. But yeah, you can attach some ribbon to the back. That's fine. Thank you ever so much. I shall see you all soon. We've got Joe Cannon Thursday evening this week and Julie on Friday morning. So have a lovely week, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.